Like I said, I've been a superstar. And I got paid for what I knew. And I shared the game with them. So much guidance. That's what I did. They paid for knowledge.
Salutations, family, and welcome back to Ride Along with the Storm. Family, I just wanted to hop on today and speak about relationships briefly. And I want to speak about the worst kind of relationships that we can experience, whether it be platonic, amorous, or familial, all kind of relationships. And I know when I say the worst kind of relationships, your mind automatically jumps to toxic relationships. But a toxic relationship is not the worst kind of relationship you can be in. Because when you identify that you're in a toxic relationship, you know the situation you're in. And even if you are not in the position or you're not at the breaking point where you're ready to terminate that toxic relationship, you know where you stand in that relationship and you know it's toxic. The worst kind of relationship that we can be in, family, is an ambivalent relationship. And the best way I can explain an ambivalent relationship or an ambivalent attachment is I fuck with you, but I don't really fuck with you. And a lot of us have these kind of relationships and these kind of attachments, and it's not uncommon for people to have these kind of attachments. One of the old sayings is that I have a lot of associates and very few friends. And a lot of those associates fall under ambivalent relationships. These relationships or these attachments are very superficial. They're not really friendships. I can't even say they're really friendships. They're more just situationships. It's people that come into your life in certain seasons. Certain things transpire, whether it be you and these people have a falling out, or these people just fade over time. It's a season, y'all hang together, y'all have a good time, y'all fraternize, and then y'all fall apart. But you don't form a lasting, strong bond like you do with your real, genuine friends. In these ambivalent relationships, oftentimes these relationships are very dangerous, and it goes back to what I was saying before in one of my previous videos about it's the people who are the closest to you that can hurt you. And the most of the time, those kind of relationship dynamics fall under the ambivalent relationships category. These are people you're not really close to, but you spend enough time with these people and you spend enough time around these people that you become comfortable enough in exchanging personal information with them, even though you and this person doesn't harbor a very strong relationship bond, and you guys may have never built the kind of trust that a real friendship has developed, but still y'all have developed a familiarity where you and that person feel that y'all can divulge different information about one another. And in a lot of these ambivalent relationships, this is where jealousy is fostered. This is where a lot of backbiting occurs. A lot of people going around gossiping one another. It comes from ambivalent relationships. You and a person having a connection to one another, whether it be familial, whether it be amorous, or whether it be platonic, but it's a very loose bond. And in that loose bond, it leaves a lot of leeway for people to double cross people and for people to be mistreated. You have to be very careful with ambivalent relationships. I try to explain to people all the time, and it goes to the universal principle of duality. A lot of people believe hot and cold are two different things. Hot and cold actually reside on the same spectrum. They're just diametrically opposed. They sit at two opposite ends of the spectrum. Love and hate is the same way. A lot of times, the only reason you hate a person is because you have loved them so much in the past, or you harbored some kind of affection or admiration for this person until it has reached the point where it's reached the breaking point, and it actually flips and it goes to the opposite end of the spectrum where you hate the person. Oftentimes, you can't hate a person, family, unless you've been in close proximity to them. It's no way possible it can happen. But when you look at it and these two things are diametrically opposed and they sit at the opposite ends of the spectrum, the next thing you say, Storm, is, well, what's actually the opposite of love and hate? The actual opposite of love and hate is indifference. And that's what an ambivalent relationship is. You're entering in a very loose relationship bond with a person, and there's a lot of indifference in that relationship, and you have to be careful with indifference. I know we've all been in a relationship with someone that we care deeply about, and that relationship goes astray or goes awry, and we've grown to develop hatred for that person. And the reason that we grow hatred a lot of times is because we don't want to see that person to go on to prosper without us. We want to see that person in misery once they break their relationship bond with us. But the most dangerous thing you have to watch, family, is when you and a person exit a relationship together and they have an indifference for you. Because that means they don't care if you live, die, or anything in between. They're indifferent to you. And really, that's when you know a person has truly moved on from a relationship. They don't harbor resentment. They don't harbor hatred. They don't still have an affection, secret affection for the person. They're truly indifferent of what happens to the person. And that's what it breaks down when you're dealing with these ambivalent relationships. But family, go and really scrutinize a lot of the interactions you have, a lot of the relationships you have with people, and really be cognizant of who you allow into your circle. Keep your circle small, and just go and review the relationships and the people you currently have on you. And if you have these kind of ambivalent relationships and attachments to people, you have to negate these ambivalent relationships and attachment, because they're not fruitful. They leave too much space and too much leeway to go awry, and for these people to be in close enough proximity to cause trouble in your life. That's going to be all for me on this episode of Ride Along with the Storm family. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join me here for every episode. Also, make sure y'all share so I can grow the platform, family, and reach a wider audience. I thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for viewing me. I'm going to catch y'all next time, family. Peace.